friends, I'm Sean. Welcome back to Evergreen Organics. Today we are going to be looking at what is allegedly the toughest boots that money can buy. I don't know. Made in America. These are Nick's handmade boots. 6 months ago I ordered the Builder Pro series. I got mine in steel toe because of what I do in construction. Anyways, it took about 6 months for me to get these boots, but we're going to get them unboxed because they just came today. I haven't even cut the box open yet, so let's get into it. See what we got inside of these, huh? We've got Nick's American Handcrafted Quality, Spokane, Washington. Alright, we got our boots. So far it looks like we've got some, looks like a shoe paste, mink oil or something. We got our two kilties. And we've got our laces. God, these are beautiful boots. I want to just bring something real quick. I'm going to show you guys. I have worn Redwing loggers. These are several pairs. My old pairs that I've had. I've worn Redwing loggers for years and years. And these are made in Vietnam. These boots for the longest time used to be $220. These are now $320. And you cannot get these Gore-Tex lined, waterproof, steel toe logger boots made in America. They have a heritage logger boot that they make that's made in the US that Redwing does. I think the only ones that they make now are the heritage ones actually in Redwing, Minnesota. I did not have the advantage of being able to go to a Nick's store to order these boots, and so on their website they talk about how Nick's boots run a little bit large. Now these are Redwing size 12. And this is a Nick's boot size 11. And when I put these heels together, the Nick's boot is just a little bit bigger. And so I'm really hoping that I didn't shoot myself in the foot by ordering an 11 when I should have ordered like a 10 and a half or something like that. Okay, so I just tried this boot on. I scared myself a little bit. I think that it's just a little bit on the big side, but that's okay. I live in a northern climate and I end up wearing thick wool socks for a large portion of the year, and I think these are going to be just fine. I am also a firm believer that a boot that's got a little more room in it is a heck of a lot warmer than a boot that's real tight to your foot, especially in the toe box area. These are steel toes. They're going to be cool enough anyways. I'm really thrilled with this size. I think I picked the right size. I have been looking for a good American-made work boot for quite some time. I'm a plumber by trade. You know, my wife and I are starting this farm, Evergreen Organics, and I need a really, really durable boot. You know, I do a lot of wood cutting. We're building a timber frame. I've got a lot of trees I have to fall this winter. I need a reliable logging boot. Not to say that Redwing doesn't make a good boot. This is a great boot. At $319, this boot being about a year and some change old, already worn straight through the steel toe. That's what a Redwing boot looks like for me after a little bit over a year of wear and tear. I like Redwing boots, don't get me wrong, but I'm in a union and I want to support American manufacturing. And the fact that these boots are made in Vietnam and they're $320 when they used to be $220, I just can't really justify it anymore. So I'm going to show you guys one different boot real quick, and this is the boot that I'm currently wearing. These are Thorogood boots, and this is their mock toe. I have never worn a mock toe boot. I've always worn loggers. I bought these mock toes. These are made, union made right here in Wisconsin, and these were $250, and let me tell you, I hate to say it, but this is a $250 piece of shit. These are terrible boots. I put them on, and, you know, some guys like boots where they feel like they are just broken in immediately. These boots had a flimsy tongue. They're made out of very thin, softened leather. These are steel toe, which I always wear steel toe boots, and it blows my mind how guys don't wear steel toe boots. You know, I heard about a guy who got his toes chopped off. Well, I do actually have a friend who lost 4 toes, and he would have not lost any toes if he'd had steel toes on. So anyways, these are the Thorogood mock toes. I'm not impressed, not even a little bit. Would I buy them if it was the only option? Absolutely. I'd continue to buy these boots. But it's not the only option, because now we've got Nick's boots. So, these boots, out the door, I think they were like $545 before taxes. With taxes and everything and shipping, they were just about exactly $600. These boots are $319, and this is what they look like after a little bit over a year. These boots cost twice as much as that. So let's say I get 3 years out of this pair of Nick's boots. I think I'm going to be saving quite a bit of money. I've talked to different guys on job sites that just think I'm a lunatic for ordering $600 boots. But I really think that it's a better deal. The other thing too is that once I break those boots in, I only have to break boots in half as often. Any of you guys that wear logger boots like this, that have the real thick leather, you know these things are just a bear to break in. And once they're broken in, they are like the most comfortable thing. Half the time I forget to take my boots off when I come home, just because they're so comfortable. All of a sudden I realize, after a full day of work of wearing my boots, it's 8 o'clock at night and I still have my boots on. Well, that's a sign of a really well-made, comfortable boot. I really look forward to trying out these Nicks that have the sole that's completely leather. So, these guys here, I don't know if you can see here, I'll show you a little comparison. So, this is the Nick's boot, and that is stacked leather in the heel. Stacked layers of leather. I think there's, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 layers of leather in this heel and in this sole. This is just rubber, right? It's just a big thick block of rubber, which is okay. You know, it serves its purpose. But from what I've heard, you know, this is, once this is broken in and your foot forms into this leather, this is a much more comfortable way to go. So, anyways, enough yakking about that. I'm going to get these laced up, and we'll probably speed up this video, since there's enough videos about lacing up Nick's boots online that from guys that are a lot better at it than me. I'll get these laced up, and I'll get them tried on. Tradesman channel posted a video called A Lazy But Strong Way to Mount a Bench Vise, in which he gave this tiny little channel, Evergreen Organics, a shout out. It was really sweet of him, and you know, he's one of those people I really look up to on YouTube, and one of the reasons actually why I created this channel. But anyways, in this video he's talking about using timber screws in order to mount his vise, and I got a good chuckle out of that, because it's exactly how I mounted my vise. So, alright, back to what I think we're all here for, which is the boots. Take a look at these guys. Beautiful kilties. This is absolutely gorgeous construction. I can already tell that these things are going to be a nightmare to break in. These Redwings took probably 60 hours to break in. Maybe a little bit longer than that, and I've heard that these can take like 200 hours to break in. It's going to be rough. I tried just one of these on really briefly to see if it actually fit my foot, and it's going to be rough. But that's okay. I've got time, and you know, I work in boots all day long, so breaking boots in is kind of inevitable. I did order the extra thick sole on these boots, and they don't recommend that you do that unless you do like lineman work or something like that. I did it specifically because a big part of what I do for work is I kick the end of a shovel all day long, and these Thorogood boots that I got, you can see the sole on that, not really conducive to kicking a shovel all day long. When you do plumbing projects and you're digging underground and you're hand digging, you really have to have a stiff, high-quality shank. You know, I will say the reason that I have gone with Redwings for so long is really specifically because of the Vibram soles that they have on them, which are the same Vibram lug sole as what's on Nick's boots. I'm assuming probably in the next few years they're going to cheapen that up and change that out, just like Chaco sandals did. All Chaco sandals used to be made with Vibram soles years ago, and they were $100 for a pair of sandals. And the reason you paid $100 for a pair of sandals is because they had Vibram soles on them, and now they don't even have Vibrams, and they're still $100, which is why I don't buy Chacos anymore. I think it's going to do me some good, even though I'm not doing a ton of underground in the plumbing world anymore these days. I've got plenty of digging and shoveling going to be going on with this barn project, so I don't regret getting the thicker soles. I think it's going to do me a lot of good. I spent a lot of time traipsing out in the woods, and I'm okay with the bigger soles, the thicker soles. So without further ado, let's get these things tried on. Alright, let's get these shitty Thorogood boots off. No offense, Thorogood. You know, I'm really grateful that there is actually an option to have like union-made work boots in Wisconsin. I'm not a fan of boots that have that soft, thin leather. Some guys love them. You know, I've heard guys talk on job sites about how, oh, Thorogood boots are the best boots I've ever put on. And that's just, it's not my experience, you know. It's not for me. And that's okay. You know, I'm sure they work great for other guys, which is why they're still in business. But, oh. That is a stout boot. Now, according to what Nick says about how they want you to do this for the most comfort is you fold along one side and bring it in like this. Fold them in. Something like that. Oh. Oh. These are going to take a year to break in. I've never had 10-inch loggers. I've always had 8-inch. We'll see. Now I've always crossed them back behind. It looks to me like I'm not going to have quite enough room with these boots to do that. So I'm going to have to actually do the traditional through the eyelet boot tie. I don't know if any of you guys saw that Buckin video where he asked for extra big eyelets on the top of his boots to do his logger's knot. Maybe that's something I could have requested. I don't know. That is a stiff boot. I like it. I like it a lot. These are going to be a nightmare. Nightmare to break in. That's okay. I'll be spending a lot of time in these boots. I'll get the other one on too. Might as well wear them around the house for the rest of the night. You guys, I was nervous. I was really nervous about the sizing for these boots. I think I'm glad I picked the size that I did. That was one thing I was just really, really sweating about, was the sizing. I know there's some like fancy boot measuring thing you can go get from, oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that, guys? You got a free little Nick sticker. Well, that's going on the hard hat. Oh, man, it's like you get suction cupped right into them. So definitely, if you know your boot size, take their recommendation and order a size down. So my shoe size typically is 11, but my Redwing boot size is a 12, and these are 11s. And I'm glad that I did not go with 12s. I think I would have been really disappointed. It's just not the way to do it when they're brand new. Here we go. These are going to take a little bit of breaking in, getting used to, but God, they look good. They look really good. Tuck the pants down. Oh, I'm going to be ready to go for cutting trees this winter. Nick's Builder Pros. They look great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you ever worn Nick boots? Do you plan on buying Nick boots? Do you think they're a waste of money? Would you rather wear cheap boots than wear expensive boots? We'll find out if they're worth it. I'll probably do a review on these again in, I don't know, a year, something like that, and see. Well, friends, thanks for watching my little video unboxing my new Nick's Handmade Builder Pros. I also forgot to mention that I did the traditional tall arch. There's multiple arches and a bunch of stuff. I did the standard configuration lead time. Now it says that it's 16 to 24 weeks for your order to go through. That was not my experience. So if I'm filming in late September right now, we're just past the equinox. I ordered, like I said, I think in the beginning of the video, I ordered these March 11th. So, you know, we're talking 7 months it took me to get these boots. Is that math right? I don't even know. It's getting late. Anyways, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. I've got more content coming up. It took me about a month to put out a video since the last one. I just have got a lot going on right now. I've got a wife who's wonderfully pregnant, and been working on rebuilding our deck on the front of our house, which is not a project that I thought really worthy for this channel, just because it doesn't really go with the theme of this channel, but that's eaten up a whole lot of my time. Anyways, coming up here, we're going to have a little discussion on the details of what's going on with the timber frame. We can't build where we initially had laid out the barn, so we're going to use the Trimble again and re-lay out the barn in a spot that's a little closer to the road. It's actually on the other side of the road, and but I'll continue to make videos on that. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment down below. It really helps the algorithm for the channel. Leave a comment about anything. It doesn't matter. It just really helps me get some views out there. I'm trying to get some watched hours on my channel so that I can at some point monetize this channel to hopefully offset the cost of building this barn just a little bit, because it's getting expensive really fast. It's racking up here. So anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one.